Yeah, this is gonna be a long video. Welcome back to Ruby on Nails, and today I've got 3 Halloween nail looks for you in one video. Each of these spooky looks might look very familiar to you because they come straight from my Instagram. And because you asked for it, I'm now going to show you how I did it. To kick things off, I'm going to be using Holotaco's Peely Basecoat because it's my favorite and I want to pop these peelies later. Now, a little warning just ahead of things. I will be using nail vinyls with this look, and when you use a Peely Basecoat and nail vinyls, you're always running the risk that your nail vinyl, when you remove it, will peel up everything underneath it. So if you don't want to run that risk, use a long-lasting base coat. For this pumpkin French manicure, I'm going to be starting off with a soft pink by Orly called Rose All Day. If you recreate this at home, you can really use any sort of base color that best suits your preferences. I do put a matte top coat over this entire nail, so I would just keep that in mind when choosing your base color if you're going to recreate this. Once your base color is fully opaque on the nail, you're going to want to put a quick dry top coat on top of that because nail vinyls are next. This is always an important step when using nail vinyls or striping tape because the adhesive on the vinyl will cause your base color to peel up, whereas the top coat will create a hard shell over that base color. I'm going to be using these pumpkin stencils by What's Up Nails because they have a very unique look and they come in a variety of sizes on one sheet. To get that French manicure look, I'm going to be placing the pumpkin nail stencil towards the end of my nail or the free edge. I like to gently tap my nail vinyl to make sure that it's in place. For the body of my pumpkin, I'm going to be using Jolie Vegan Yes I Can, which is a lovely pumpkin orange. So here's a quick lesson. Don't put nail vinyls on the back of your hand before you place them, because they will not stay down. Look at this. How dare you? So moving on from that disaster, I'm using Yes I Can on a small nail art brush by Twinkle Tea. Usually I would like to use a sponge when placing color on a nail vinyl, as the body of the sponge kind of presses that vinyl down as you go. But because I want specific colors in specific spots, I'm using a brush. For the stem of my pumpkin, I'm going to be using Arbor by Zoya, which is a polish I reviewed on my YouTube channel just a few weeks ago, with a bunch of other Zoya polishes. After placing the color where I want it, I'm going to peel off this nail vinyl and just kind of see what I'm left with. You can see some patchiness, but I'm going to go in with the same brush I was using earlier and just kind of touch that up here. Just to make things feel a little bit more like a pumpkin patch, I'm going in with Empowered by Jolie Vegan, just to add a few vines growing from the stem. Now, you can just seal everything with a quick dry top coat like I'm doing here, or you could follow along to the next step where I add a matte top coat. I'm going to be using this matte top coat by Zombie Claw Polish to finish off this look. I really like this top coat as it dries relatively fast and I have yet to have a problem with smudging. Now enjoy this time lapse of literally watching paint dry. I really like how this mani turned out, and I think it's a fun twist on a French manicure for Halloween. One mani down, 2 more to go. This next look is actually my most requested tutorial to do. This look combines gradients, nail vinyls, and freehand to create a Jackolantern accent nail look. Because I'm doing a gradient, I'm going to start off with 2 coats of Lemon Sucker by Holotaco on each of my nails. I like to do 2 coats of lighter colors when doing a gradient because I want to make sure that my gradient is super opaque and not patchy, because that's harder to fix with nail art. I had a little bit of difficulty applying Lemon Sucker this time because I am using the absolute dregs of my bottle. I have used almost an entire bottle of Lemon Sucker, which I got in June. I use this stuff so much. In order to get a no mess gradient, I'm going to be using protective peel. This one's from Holotaco, and it's another Holotaco product that I absolutely adore. I actually just repurchased this during the weekend after the launch of the birthday polish. And definitely sound off in the comments below if you would like to see that birthday polish swatched. I actually purchased it because my birthday is a week after Simply Nailogical's, and you know what? It kind of felt like she came out with that polish for me too. Or that's what I tell my wallet. And for my gradient, I'm going to be using Orange Drink with Lemon Sucker. When I apply these colors to my sponge, I want to make sure that I don't oversaturate it because I want each layer to be nice and thin so it completely dries when I'm ready to do the next one. For this particular look, I was able to sponge on 2 layers of color and it was fully opaque, and that just kind of speaks volumes about Holotaco's linear holo formula. Next up is one of my favorite parts about doing nail art, and it is peeling up all of that protective peel to reveal a beautiful gradient. And in this case, almost rip off the entire look. This is why you need to be careful when you use a peely base coat, because it may come off. Next up, I'm going to seal in these gradients with a nice thick glossy top coat, and I just want to make sure that we don't have any more oopsies because we will be using nail vinyls next. Putting a top coat on a gradient is one of my favorite things to do because it really shows off how these 2 colors blend into each other. Up next are some spooky eye nail vinyls, also from What's Up Nails, and I actually got this as a freebie for an order that I made. I'm going to place each nail vinyl towards my cuticle, and I'm just going to pat them into place to make sure that they're nice and secure and ready for me to paint. And because this is a mirrored mani look, I'm going to try to place the other vinyl in about the same general area. You can see that I'm trying to measure them a little bit, but you can pretty much just eyeball this. Haha, eyeball. Now you can just go for plain old black, but for this look I wanted something a little bit different, so I'm using Indigo Away, also by Holotaco. When this color first came out, I was a little bit skeptical, like, you just came out with a black, why do we need this super dark purpley blue? But the more I use it, the more I actually really love it and can kind of see how unique it is in compared to other brands and other dark purpley polishes. I think the most similar color that I have to this polish in my collection is an OPI polish that came out a few Christmases ago and is discontinued. So you could possibly stop here, but let's not, and let's keep going. Let's make this really spooky. I'm going to add a mouth and a nose with my freehand brush from Twinkle Tea, and I'm going to be using Indigo Away again here. Now, this look is a little bit hard because it's a lot of mirroring and you kind of have to guesstimate where everything is going to go. For the mouth, I'm actually using the corner of my nail to kind of flick upwards, a little bit like how you would do a cat eye liner. I'm just using a corner and I'm kind of trying to angle it in the same way. It is definitely a lot of fudging around, making one line larger than the other, and then kind of trying to fix it. But I think the best thing to remember, and again, same as with eyeliner or eyebrows, is that these are sisters, not twins. I think what I'm getting at is that at some point we all just have to be happy with what we have. And as you can see here, I'm happy with what I have. It's not perfect, but it's a great start. Maybe one day I'll be able to do my eyeliner and nail art just as perfectly as some nail artists on Instagram or on YouTube. But for now, I'm just going to keep on practicing and try to get a straight line at some point, or to get something as close as possible, and to learn to be happy with that. Because at the end of the day, it's still just a tiny painting on my nails. I think that's why I like making YouTube videos so much. It's because you can actually see all the little mistakes I make along the way, and how I attempt to fix that. You as a viewer get to watch and follow along and realize that the process doesn't look anything like the Instagram photo. I actually really love how these nails turn out, and when you do a full set of yellow and orange gradients, it's unique. Last but not least, we're doing a gel nail art look. I'm going to be starting out with a gel base coat on top of my peely base coat because I don't want this to stay on forever, and I tend to do that with all gel manicures to protect the nail underneath. Gel is kind of an interesting product as it needs to be cured under a light, meaning that it is completely loosey-goosey on your nail until it's under that light. Each gel polish has its own curing time, so please make sure you read your instructions on the bottle. Personally, I hate this gel polish, but it's the only black I have on hand as my latest shipment of gel polishes is heavily delayed. This black polish is almost transparent and runs completely everywhere, even when it's supposedly cured. Up next, I'm going to be using a magnetic gel polish sent to me by Born Pretty, and even though this polish was sent to me, in no way is my review of it influenced. This gel is actually a little bit weird as there is no colored suspension to it, and it's only those little silver flakies that you see right there. I'm using the round end of a magnet to make a kind of moon silhouette, even though it's not quite a moon. Oh my god, more What's Up Nails nail vinyls. And yes, these ones are in the shape of a spooky cat, and if you couldn't tell by this video, they have quite the extensive Halloween collection. Because this nail vinyl is going over gel, which is kind of less sticky or easy to adhere to, the vinyl does pop up a little bit. Because I hate that black gel, I'm going to use my trusty friend, One Coat Black by Holotaco, and I'm just going to sponge that on top of the nail vinyl using a very skinny piece of sponge. Now that our kitty friend is nice and in place, I'm going to seal this look all together with a nice gel top coat. I actually really like this one. It's my first time using it, but it seemed to perform very well and it had a very shiny gloss to it once it was cured. And there you have it, folks. 3 Halloween nail looks just for you from my Instagram page. If you were one of the people who requested to see this look, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you just like this video, or if you like my videos, maybe think about subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.